I mean, we just played. We played really loose. It was, kind of like that Dallas game at the start of the year where we had a team that, we knew was a firepower team, a team that was going to take off and look for odd man rushes, and we let it happen. And they got a lot of skill, and they're going to bury those.
I feel like, I mean, you talked about it was a tired team coming in, but still, I mean, that team's won a lot of games this year. Was that a test for you guys?
Oh, they're a very good team. Not taking anything away from them. They have so much firepower up front that, we didn't combat that with, with strong, heady plays. We tried to play like them a little bit, and that's what they wanted.
Good for me. Thanks, Tim.
Clipped me on my ear, so just got some stitches, but nothing bad.
This wasn't typical of what we've seen from the Oilers this season.
No, and it's I mean, it's something that we talked about before the game with these guys too, and I mean, we know how much of an offensive powerhouse they are, and also that their power play can make or break a game, and we just didn't do a good job enough of limiting them. I mean, every chance that they had seemed like it was a good scoring chance, and we couldn't left our goalies out hang to dry today.
Did they kind of draw you into their game?
A little bit, yeah. I think it was a little more run and gun than obviously than we want to play, and I mean they shut things down pretty well. But I thought offensively we did a pretty good job of getting some opportunities, putting some pucks in the net. In the third, we didn't do that enough, but as far as our zone, we just didn't limit them to enough.
Is this back to the drawing table after 3 games? You win 3, you only get 4 goals. I think it's 7. Is that just a write-off game like the Dallas game?
Well, yeah, we got to. I mean, obviously, we don't want this kind of thing to happen. I think we were a little better than we were in Dallas. Still, obviously, not near to good enough, but. Yeah, we can learn from it. We can take little things. I mean, you can't just go in expecting it to be an easy night. I mean, we talked about it a lot before the game, and they harped on it a lot that they're going to put everything forward, and that they stretch guys. They always try to have odd man rushes and stuff, and we didn't do a good job enough limiting just to 5-on-5 play.
Last year, the last
Tonight as a team.
I mean, we weren't ready to play, and we made it pretty easy on them. I mean, when you're playing against the best players in the world, I mean, if you give them easy nights, I mean, they're going to look good and they're going to play good. So I mean, it was far too easy for a game for the game for them, and we got to be better.
It's good for me. Thanks.
They're a very talented team. Obviously, they took advantage of a team that was sloppy in a lot of areas. And when you have the skill and the talent like that, and your opposition isn't performing at even close enough level, they're going to eventually score. And they didn't need many opportunities; they had more. But tonight I've been disappointed in our team. The Dallas game in particular, really disappointed in our team. Tonight, I think I'm much more disappointed in individuals. Certain players that didn't bring it, were not alert, weren't sharp, weren't performing well. And we're a good team. We'll grow as a team and we'll develop as a team, but we have to do it as a team. We can't afford to have 4 or 5 guys just not with us. And sorry, Spike? That's okay.
Is this a facet of a team that won 3 games and kind of got happy with how things were?
Well, we're learning as we go. We're learning, and I'd like to think it isn't. Maybe the coach has to keep his foot on the gas pedal all the time, which, you don't like to do. You'd like to at least think that the guys can step up and accept success maturely. But obviously tonight we didn't, and like I said, there were some individuals that, boy, I'm disappointed. Personally, I'm disappointed. I know the staff's disappointed. We had guys that played 18 minutes, didn't get a shot on goal, didn't get a hit, didn't get, pretty poor individual line. So.
Your higher end players, your workers still work.
Well, the workers will give you what they have, and some of them were poor too. And if I said higher end, I'd flop them all into one category, and that's not fair. There's individuals there that were their performances were unacceptable.
Was Nielsen a victim of what happened in Farnham?
Yeah, I think he was. If we could get, you could say now, getting one big save at any given moment may have not made a difference, but it might have earlier. But by no means is it an indictment on his play. We were sloppy around him for a lot of the minutes.
When you have individuals like you're talking about, I mean, how do you as a coach address it with those guys, but also the team in general?
Well, first of all, there's a trust factor, and we're a month and a half in, and we should know what we're doing in certain situations. So if you're negligent in that situation, 1, you don't know what you're doing, that's on us as coaches, or 2, you're just flat out negligent, that's you as a player. I'll sit with some individuals tomorrow, one-on-one, just the coach and them. I want to find out what their preparation's like, how they're approaching the game, what they're thinking, and why it was different than any of the other 8 games we played.
So the 2 games you played the poorest against are offensive games, though. Is that disturbing a little bit, or he just gets lulled and wants to play the same style they do, and that doesn't work?
Well, I think your second point is obvious. That's not going to work. We're not winning games. I know we're not scoring 8, so that's not going to work. The game in Dallas, which I think is the other one you're referring to, their speed overwhelmed us. We were bad. We overwhelmed ourselves tonight with stupidity in some situations. So they played a loose game too. I bet you Trotzy will tell you that. They played 3 games in 4 nights. I'm disappointed again in individuals and what they brought to the rink tonight.
Too many easy goals, breakaways, backdoor tapping.
Too much easy play all over the rink. Easy all over the rink. Yep, good night.
That's the way you go home smiling.
trip of the season, win 3 games in 4 nights, and win them all in very different fashion.
We talk about we're going to have to win games different ways, and we need different heroes every night, and try to find a little bit of a consistency in our game. We go on the road, I think it says a lot about the group in terms of not being satisfied. I thought today the Vancouver-Edmonton back-to-back is really tough, especially with Edmonton on the back end, because you lose an hour and both airports are so far, and we played a tough game last night, and we talked about it this afternoon, is that let's get our minds right so that we're in good shape, we can play, and let's just start with the first period. So we just took it one period at a time, and it was a strange game because the number of goals that were scored, and I was glad for Gruby. I mean, him to get in a game and get a little rhythm, because they were, the goals were going in on both ends a little easy tonight. But we'll take it. It was 6 points for us in 4 nights.
It seemed like it was in their game plan to work with some backdoor taps, some deflections in front. That's got to be hard for a goalie.
Yeah, like the last 2 goals they scored, those are just unfortunate. They were misdirection. One went on a power play, hit our defenseman's skate and redirected into the net. And the other one, we made a really good play. I think it when Brooks came over, and I think Nugent Hopkins got in his lane. He tried to shoot it. It hit Brooks' footprint right back to Nugent Hopkins, and obviously Gruby's momentum was carrying away from that post. So there was 2 unfortunate goals, but as we settled down, I mean, we didn't give them a lot of shots. I think they had 22 tonight, and I think they had too many penalties. So I think
It's Barry Trotz, head coach, Washington Capitals.